All right, so I complained to the College of Physicians and Surgeons. It was, of course, dismissed, not because of the content of the complaint, but because it was on a technicality. And now I'm appealing. Now they sent me this independent review committee. The members of the committee are doctors who what? Of course, they will prescribe birth control themselves. So. Is there a conflict of interest, right? That's what we're going to be talking about today. If you're confused, just go to my previous videos. You'll see that I did complain. There was a complaint. The complaint was quite legitimate, and there was some strong grounds there. And then, of course, dismissed on a technicality. They didn't even ask Dr. Dow to comment or anything like that. It just dismissed on a technicality, and there was no real desire to investigate anything. So this is the appeal. So, inquiry regarding potential conflict of interest, independent review committee members. Dear Mrs. Husbands, I am writing regarding the independent review committee assigned to review my appeal in the complaint against Dr. Michel Dow. Given the serious nature of this matter, I respectfully request clarification on potential conflicts of interest involving committee members, particularly those who are actively practicing physicians. To ensure transparency and impartiality, I would like to know the following. Prescribing practices. Do Dr. Colin Newman and Dr. Rebecca Z currently prescribe hormonal birth control in their medical practices? If so, how frequently? Financial impact. If hormonal birth control were subject to additional legal or regulatory scrutiny, or certain forms were banned due to their abortifacient nature, would this financially impact their practices? If so, how might this affect their ability to remain impartial in this review? In the recognition of embryology's definition of conception, do Dr. Newman and Dr. Z recognize the scientific definition of conception as the moment of fertilization rather than the pharmaceutical industry's redefinition that equates implantation with the start of life? Their position on this issue is crucial as it directly pertains to the ethical concerns surrounding informed consent and the prescribing of these medications. All right, so these are fair questions. This is a very, very fair point. I cannot imagine any kind of I cannot imagine any kind of dismissal of this a very, very fair point. But given that the review process must be free of bias, and conducted in an objective manner, I request written confirmation as to whether Dr. Newman and Dr. Z have any conflicts of interest based on the above factors. If a conflict exists, I respectfully ask that the college consider appointing a truly impartial panel. I appreciate your prompt attention to this matter, as fairness in this process is of the utmost importance. Please confirm receipt of this request and provide a timeline for your response. All right, so very, very good. So that's the idea, right? So this is Dr. Z is a gynecologist, right? She's the one that's going to be prescribing these types of birth control pills, and Dr. Newman's a family doctor. He's the guy that's going to be, prescribing birth control pills. I don't know, but maybe. I mean, that's what I'm. I mean, these are fair questions. So number one, do they prescribe birth control, and how what is the actual volume there? The financial. If let's say for example they were to okay, so you're ruling on birth control pills, and are these ethical, and it's going to hurt your income, right? These kickbacks from the pharmaceutical industry. Of course, you're not going. They're just going to protect their the system and not the innocent children that are being killed, which is very, very sad. And then embryology's definition, of course, the starting of life. When is that? Oh, it's an implantation. No, it's not. Obviously not. It's at the moment that the sperm will meet the egg, and everybody understands that. They just pretend that it's implantation. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.